Hey, Flosstube!
I'm little one.
I'm eldest. And I'm Lynette here at Homesteading on the Homefront. As you can see, our background has changed because we safely arrived here in Massachusetts over 2 weeks ago. It's been a crazy busy 2 weeks. You will see that there's not a lot of stitching, but there's a lot to talk about. So, while my parents were out grocery shopping, we figured it would be a great time to film. We've got stuff everywhere, and if my mother comes home and sees the state of her living room, she's not going to be happy. So we're going to go ahead and get this over with. We are going to be interrupted by the clock in about 8 minutes, going ding dong ding, but we're just going to do it. We're going to go with it. So, we had a great trip home from Guam. Nothing too horrendous happened. We had an extra wait in Providence because our shuttle broke down. But we got home. The kids are registered for school in the fall. I bought a vehicle. Loving the Highlander. We've been busy and there's still lots of stuff to do. I've been putting the garden in, so that's what I've been doing with most of my free time. But like I said, we do have a little bit of stitching to show, so we're gonna get on and show it. So, FOs. Little one, you wanna show your cat?
Sure. I did this one on the plane, and it's Home is Where the Cat Is. I'm not sure who it's by, but this is Home is Where the Cat Is. I messed up a lot with the colors, but I went with it, and I think it turned out pretty cute.
That was a kit I got off of 123 Stitch. And my finished object happened the day before we left Guam. I wanted to get it done, and I did get it done, and I'm very, very pleased with it. It is Sally Spencer. So I made some changes. I put my name in, and all of the initials I changed to my family members. There's my parents, my aunt and uncle, my brother and his wife and their 2 girls, me and my husband and our 2 girls. And when I FFO this, I'm going to put a picture on the back of it. The last picture that was taken before my aunt passed away with all of us in it, so that future generations can know who these initials were. So I signed this one Nettie Leper, which I don't always do, but little one suggested it, and I thought it was fun because Nettie definitely sounds like an old-fashioned name. It is a nickname and used for various names, and my family has always called me Net. That's been my nickname, and I'm Auntie Net to my nieces. So I thought Nettie Leper was just a fun little way to personalize Sally. So yeah, I'm thrilled with the way she came out. We went yard sailing this weekend, and I found a 12-inch frame that would have fit perfectly, but I don't think I left enough space on this side, so I might be looking for a smaller frame for this one. That frame might be perfect for, oh gosh, the market release, I forget the name of the strawberry one. You know, the stitch along that we're going to do with the strawberries in it. Anyway, the frame will fit that one pretty well. So all is not lost. All right, whips. You want to go first?
I have a lot of whips. So the first one, I did a little on the plane of the striped daisy, and then my grandparents and I went on a little trip up to a cabin that they own, and I stitched a little there, but I forgot a needle. Thank goodness my grandma somehow had an extra one, but this is the striped daisy.
Do you have a picture of what it's going to look like when it's done?
In the bedroom.
Oh. So that's going to be another little one. That's an old project that she started.
Yeah, this is going to be my travel project. I have a little pouch that I got from my cousins that I will use for that. My second whip is the reading sampler, but I'm currently not stitching on it because it just doesn't feel right to be stitching on a project that involves my father when he's not here. So I'm going to continue stitching that on like July 7th or 9th.
He gets home July 7th. But she's made good progress on the words. But as you can see, this is going to be a pretty wide project. So it'll take her a while to finish that one.
My second one,
third whip?
Oh yeah, third, is from Little House Needleworks Counted Cross Stitch, and it's watermelon. I'm loving the colors that came with it. These are the colors. Oh, my green. Oh, all the colors. So these are the colors that I'm doing this on 32 count summer khaki Belfast linen because I thought it would be fun to attempt that. I'm going all out with the watermelon with a watermelon project bag and a watermelon fob that I stitched a while ago.
And a watermelon needle minder.
Yep, that I made. I'm currently working on the bird. It's kind of like a blob now, but I started this yesterday. And I got some good stitching in yesterday. So, yep. Those are my whips.
All right, eldest, tell them about yours.
So I'm still working on Not All Those Who Wander Are Lost. So we went to Hobby Lobby recently, and I got an adorable charm to make into a needle minder right here.
Oh, there's the clock as promised. So yep, she found that unicorn and she decided she wanted to make it into a needle minder, so we did.
And you can see I have some progress. I haven't done a whole bunch lately.
Do you have a picture to show them what it's going to look like when it's done?
Yes, I do. It's going to look like this.
Let me see if we can get it to... Oh, there we go.
So, when we went to Hobby...
There's a lot of glare.
When we went to Hobby Lobby, we were able to get to the color that I was missing. But Mom had ordered colors for, I think, his eyes on the sparrow. And we found this perfect teal color for the lettering. It's Victorian motto.
Yep. So that's going to be perfect, I think, for the lettering.
We also went to Michael's, and I found this, and I wanted to make it into a needle minder, but it was curved as it was meant for a bracelet.
And it's going to be hard to say. Yeah, Not All Those Who Wander Are Lost. So she got the bracelet instead of making it into a needle minder.
Yep, I just couldn't pass it up.
All right, my turn. My whips are underwhelming. So this tree that I'm working on, I have showed you in the past. It came out of one of the, what's it say, Just Cross Stitch December 2017. It was a set of, as you can see, there were 3 Nordic ornaments. So this is what I have so far. I did a good portion of the tree on the plain, so now I'm just finishing up the blue and the white, and that will be done. And then you saw the video of when we started His Eyes on the Sparrow. And yeah, this is what I got done. And I haven't touched it since. There's not a whole lot of stitchy space or stitchy light here at my parents' house. So it's been hard. Not to mention the fact that by 8 o'clock at night, I'm done in because I've been working in the garden for most of the day and I want to go to bed. I don't want to stitch. So it's not a race. I'm just going to stitch it when I can. So is what it is. My 2 horribly underwhelming whips. Okay, you mentioned the Hobby Lobby haul.
Yes.
Do you want to show them what you got?
I know I said it might have been a previous video, no more horses and no more backstitching, but I couldn't pass this up. It's very bright and colorful, so I figured that since it's so small, it wouldn't be that hard to get through.
And you guys, I had seen this. Everyone out there in Flosstube land got their hands on this. And I never, ever, ever imagined that by the time we got back to the States and were able to visit a Hobby Lobby that there would be one left. But there was. So I got the very last honeybee kit at the Buckland Hobby Lobby.
I believe it was on clearance.
Yeah, they were all on clearance. So I was thrilled about that.
I got some haul too. Technically, either Mom or I are going to stitch this, but it's a cute little cow, which will be cute in the kitchen or something.
Or as an ornament or whatever.
Yep. So it's got all the organized colors, which is good.
Yep. There's more haul, but we'll talk about that later. I need to say thank you to Bunice. Denise Buchanan was my swap partner. The Prim Stitchers Society and Dixie Sampler, Terry, has a separate exchange page. And so I joined for the spring exchange. It was the first time I had done one of these. I totally meant to take a picture or shoot a little video clip before I mailed Denise's off, but I was so impatient and needing to get it in the mail because the deadline was approaching that I forgot to do that. But Denise did post a picture in the page on Facebook, so if you're interested. I did a punch needle piece. It was a free pattern from Lori at Not Forgotten Farm. When you sign up for the exchange, you say who your favorite designers are or what your favorite themes are, etc. And Denise's favorite colors were red, black, and mustard, and she also liked wool applique. So the project that I did was punch needle, and it had some red salt boxes and a yellow sunflower and some, they were punch needle, but they looked like the wool applique penny tongues. So I hope she liked it. But this was the project that she made for me. And I absolutely love it. And I've never had these counting pins before, so there we go. So thanks, Denise. I will definitely be doing more of those swaps because I really enjoyed it. Okay, I mentioned more haul. One of the things that I got, we went yard sailing last weekend, and the Boy Scouts in town have a yard sale, and basically it's tables and tables and tables of donations, and nothing is priced because when you leave, you just give a donation as to what you think it's worth. So we had gotten a couple frames and, you know, stuff, junk stuff basically, that we could repurpose. And we were checking out and got talking with the guy, and he mentioned that there was a bow in the sporting goods department. So I went back to get that because the kids both enjoy archery. And so I was carrying the bow in my hand, and I happened to look down on the ground next to some yarn, and I saw this. And I was like, well, I don't exactly know what this is, and I don't exactly know if the pieces are all there, but I think it might be stretcher bars, so I'm gonna try it. So I gave them a $10 bill for the, what kind of bow was that?
Recurve. Recurve.
It was a recurve. It was an old recurve bow. And this. And I got home and opened it up. And it was a complete set of the Easy Stitch stretcher bars. Now, I know they're old because the newer models have the tape here that you tape onto, and this has the canvas where you actually sew your needlework to this. But I saw a video on YouTube of somebody who takes the tape and attaches it here so that you don't have to sew. So I ordered a couple, I ordered a roll of tape for the stretcher bars and a roll of tape for your needlework, and I'm going to see how that goes because I have never used this before. And there's all different kinds of sizes. I think there's like 17 or something. I forget how many. 14. It makes 14 different sizes. So I think that was a treasure. We'll see if I actually enjoy stitching with them. And we also, at that yard sale, found a Save the Stitch.
You might have seen in one of the comments of our previous videos that somebody commented that, Christmas idea, girls, I want a blue floral piece for my bathroom. That was our grandma. And so I found this, and it says, I got up early one morning and rushed right into the day. I had so much to accomplish that I didn't have time to pray. Problems just tumbled about me, and heavier came each task. Why doesn't God help me, I wondered. He answered, you didn't ask. I wanted to see joy and beauty, but the day toiled on gray and bleak. I wondered why God didn't show me. He said, but you didn't seek. I tried to come into God's presence. I tried all my keys at the lock. God gently and lovingly chided, my child, you didn't knock. I woke up early this morning and paused before entering the day. I had so much to accomplish that I had to take time to pray.
So we found this, and as you can see, the frame needs a little touching up, and I need to wash it because it's a little discolored. But it was the perfect size for my mother's bathroom, so we saved a stitch. I think this was our first Save the Stitch. And unfortunately, it's not signed, so we don't have any idea who did this.
But at least I don't have to stitch another one for her.
But you told her you would.
I do have a piece that I would like to stitch for her, but at least now it's not so, like, you need to do it now.
Okay. And I have an old school stitch that I'm going to share with you. So Mom has all over the house the stitches that I have done in the past. And this one is dated 1992. Some of you who have been stitching forever may recognize the piece. I don't remember who the designer was. It looks to me like it could be Jeremiah Junction, but I'm not too sure. Or Leisure Arts. It might be a Leisure Arts. But I'm pretty sure that I made changes to this so that it would fit into a standard size frame. But yeah, all the way back to 1992 when my initials were LSG instead of LSL. So there are going to be more of these because, like I said, they're all over the house, and I know there's a box in the basement, and I looked for it briefly before we started and I couldn't find it, but I know I have more of them down there. So I wanted to talk to you, first of all, when we got back here, there was a box waiting for me from Elizabeth at Vintage Stitches. She had sent her heartstring Santas that she made. In addition, she sent the patterns for them, and she sent the little buttons and treasures for making another set of them. So I was absolutely blown away. They are absolutely gorgeous. And I am going to make a separate video kind of showcasing them so that I can take my time talking about them and not have to worry about the camera shutting off and the whole 9 yards. The other thing that I'm going to do in the future is flip throughs, because somebody talked about this one, Brenda Key's Traditional Samplers. Was it Ivy House? I don't know who it was on Flosstube, but somebody did, and so I ordered it because I enjoy Brenda Key's. So at some point, I will do a flip through of this. And then I ordered from, oh gosh, the place where we all got our Christmas books from. You know who I mean, right? I don't know. It begins with the H. Anyway, it's another Christmas book, and it was cheap. And so at some point, I will do a flip through of this one as well. I'm not loving it, but somebody might find something in here that they would like. So I will do a flip through of that when we can get to it. I have been horribly behind watching. I don't think I've watched Flosstube since we left Guam. So I need to catch up because I know that everyone was working on Mania and finishing Mania and the whole 9 yards. I feel so disconnected right now. I need to spend some more time watching Flosstube. As you can see, Max made it safely. Also, he
arrived in one piece.
He did arrive in one piece. He was certainly glad to see us after his long trip, but he's enjoying watching the wild turkeys and the chipmunks and the birds. So, you want to go, buddy? All right, so hopefully it will not be 2 more weeks before we talk to you again. But it's so hard to say with the schedule here. Like I said, it's been crazy busy, and I've been looking for houses, but the market here is, it's hot. So, yeah, who knows how long we will be living under Mom and Dad's roof. We are so thankful that we are welcome here. Stephen comes back July 7th. So at that point, we will be able to spend some time in Newport, which we're looking forward to. So, with all that being said, I think that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Hopefully I will have some more progress on Sparrow once we talk next. June 23rd is the start of the Quaker handiwork. Andy and I were going to start it in person together, but unfortunately she needs to leave New England to take care of a family member. So we're not going to be able to do it in person, but if you are interested in doing that one with us, please feel free. I think if my tape arrives in time, I'm going to try to do that one on stretcher bars, and we'll see how it works. So, I guess that's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Until we see you again, we wish you fair winds and following seas.